Welcome back to your regularly scheduled programming, United breaking Trevin's heart. Getting right into it, you know, I know, United lost. Shocker, am I right? You know, first thing, bright and early, Saturday morning, 7:30 here in the US&A, and it just ruins my weekend every time. Like, every time we seem to be the first game of the week, obviously not last week, but, you know, first game of the season, but first game of the week, it's like they always have a tendency to piss me off and ruin my week.
This Man United team is not good enough.
Better than last year's.
To compete for the Premier League title. It's obvious.
Yeah, 100%.
Top four, I don't know if they're even there yet. To be honest, if you look at we're not going to say so far because it's only been 2 games, so let's not get carried away, right? But based off last season, going into this season, I don't think they have enough to get that top 4 spot. And when you're taking losses early on, you know, if they continue like this, it's just 1 loss, you know, so let's not, you know, we can't be going too crazy.
This week against Liverpool, big game.
It's just 1 loss. But Brighton have had Man United's number for the last, 5 years, it seems.
Well, and the thing is with that, United have lost, well, let me rephrase. Brighton have won 4 of the last 5 meetings against United. That's just an absolutely insane stat. Brighton played us off the pitch the last time we played them in a 4-0 loss to United. And this was still a loss. It was still 0 points gained. But this performance was 100 times better overall than that 4-0 the last time we played them.
Yeah, Brighton, they're a tough team to play against for sure, especially at home for Brighton.
Yep.
I can't remember the last time I watched a Man United game where they didn't play at Old Trafford. It seems to be some reason they always fucking play at Old Trafford. But that's the most important games. But it seems like the most important games are against this Brighton side, who, again, beat Man United 2-1, and they took advantage of a Man United team that I don't feel like is good enough to get top 4. They're a bit weak. They need a solid 9. They need to start Xerxes. I don't know why they haven't. I mean, Ten Hag is going with his familiar players, which is understandable at the beginning of the season. You go with what's familiar and what you know you can get out of these players. A lot of underperformers, though, I would say, expecting more from certain players, and that's why they lost to Brighton.
Ten Hag definitely had some interesting choices for the starting 11. We saw Mount and Bruno again in that 9-10 swap role that they've been playing, and Mount serves a purpose. I'm not going to sit on this camera and say he was bad, because he wasn't bad. He just wasn't a striker. Pretty much that's what sums it up. He wasn't in the positions that a normal number 9 should be in, especially in this system going forward, because how many times did we see Rashford or Ahmad as the only player in and around the box? Multiple times. There was so many times, and one that's been pointed out by a lot of United fans on Twitter, which we know is a cesspool of filth and horrible hate. But they targeted this one clip of Rashford, or this one frame of Rashford not doing anything with the ball, because he has 4 Brighton defenders right on the edge of the box. And everybody's like, well, why would he go around to the outside? He had no support. This team is not set up to win and play through Rashford doing the solo stuff that he did 2 years ago with Ollie. These players have to be able to adapt, and Mount is not a striker. We know that, but he still has to get in the box and be on the end of those opportunities. Now, like I said, he didn't have a bad game, but he's not a striker. We need to see Xerxes playing more. We need to see Haaland come in, because I know Tanner really likes Xerxes, and I do too, but I have not forgot about our boy Rasmus. They're 2 totally different players, and I think that when they're both on the pitch, which will happen, they're going to tear it up.
Like is a strong word. Let's get that across. I appreciate his play. I appreciate him as a player.
Yeah.
I don't like him anymore because he's on Man United.
Liverpool next week. big game, always a big game against Liverpool. We're at home. Like Tanner said, every big game we seem to be at home, but, it works out, whatever. But Liverpool at home next week, we absolutely have to figure it out. Our bald manager has to beat their bald manager.
Our bald manager is the best bald manager in all of the land. Big news, Manchester City fans, before we get into the game.
He's back.
He's back. Ilkay Gundogan is back. He's back with Manchester City. He's back playing under Pep Guardiola for Manchester City. It was beautiful to see him get subbed on later in the game.
Gundogan as the Gundogan replacement?
I can't believe to say it. Gundogan is the Gundogan replacement. He was not replaced when he left. He comes back in offering us something new. Somebody who can play 6, 8, and a 10. And according to Pep Guardiola, a false 9 that Mason Mount didn't do very well. But I don't think Gundogan should be doing that, to be honest. Maybe let him sit in the 6, let him sit in the 8. I love it. I cannot wait to see this guy back in Manchester Blue to keep playing starting games. He came on against Ipswich, which we'll get right into. 4-1 win. Shaky start. We conceded a goal early on. It was a little like, whoa.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Whoa.
There was a real wake up right there. I mean, Ipswich are not at the level of City. We all know that. But holy cow, was it fun for a couple of minutes there where I'm like, okay, let's see it. Could it be a draw? I'm hoping. No. Fucking 3 points for City.
It was a quick goal for Ipswich. We came back shortly after. Penalty to Erling Haaland. Won by Savinho, who I freaking love. Absolutely loving him on the wing. This guy has been the truth. Before I go on that rant, though, he wins the penalty. Erling Haaland, who else but, steps up, slots away the penalty. Savinho, though, this guy deserves all the credit. He should be in the starting 11 for the foreseeable future. I know Phil Foden's on the bench. I'll be honest, Doku been playing well. A lot of City fans will say he's done well. I see Phil Foden coming in for him on the left, or more so going in central and Bernardo going out wide. Just because Phil Foden's the truth, bruh. Phil Foden needs to be in this 11. He just come back from the Euros.
Didn't do very great at the Euros.
Didn't do very great, but every time he puts on a City shirt, he does absolutely insane. So get him back in the pitch. Doku, for me, is the man to be left out. Some are saying Bernardo. Bernardo is still too good for me. He still has too much quality to offer. And so our depth, it's a good problem to have, right? It's a good problem to have.
I mean, if my $100 million signing was 5th choice winger, I'd be a little upset, but hey, that's just me.
No, and you know what?
But guess what? He fucking is!
You know what? If you aren't playing that well...
Anthony, he is 5th choice, $75 million winger.
Yeah, I mean, only a few million away from Jack, and he's still right where Jack is too, sitting on the bench. Jack Grealish is somebody, I think he's going to work his way into the side. I think Pep Guardiola just needs some more from him. By no means is he like... it's so weird to say like 5th choice and 4th choice for City, because it's just like... Pep rotates even if you're having a good game. You could be playing perfectly fine. And you know what? We may see Savinho get pulled next game. He's been playing well, but it just might happen. Pep Guardiola does his thing for some reason. Somebody who's not going to get pulled, no matter how bad they do, Kevin De Bruyne. This guy, again, good against Ipswich. People want more from him, especially when we're playing, Chelsea last year. We wanted more, or last game, they wanted more. De Bruyne, good game, goal and assist. I absolutely love seeing him play. I want to see Phil play alongside De Bruyne, and I know that's contradicting what I just said earlier about Bernardo Silva coming out, but Bernardo Silva can play out wide. He's not the pacey winger like Savinho or Doku that I've been talking so highly of, but he's a brilliant player. He can do so much. He can offer so much, something different than Doku or Savinho. His ball control, things like that, is second to none, in my opinion, Bernardo Silva. So I love seeing him in the team.
Second to Bruno.
It's insane. The attacking depth is insane. And saying that without having a second striker is crazy. We have all the false nines in the world, apparently. Phil Foden, Bernardo, De Bruyne. You could even play Jack there. Gundogan, apparently. Yeah, Gundogan. So, the attacking substitution and rotation we can have this year is going to be really good this year. Going back, it's a little less depthy in the midfield, holding midfield, defending department. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Ipswich, though, easy task. Erling Haaland, all day, inevitable, doing what he does, scoring hat tricks against the relegation side teams. This guy is League 2. What can we say, Roy Keane? He's just a League 2 quality striker. He's got fucking like 4 goals in 2 games. He played against this Ipswich is a League 2 side. I don't think they'll be in the Prem. People are saying they will. I don't think they will.
Unless we see some major points deductions from other teams near the bottom, I don't know.
Manchester City and Erling Haaland.
Maybe we'll see City go down.
Maybe we'll see that. Maybe we will. This guy, Erling Haaland, though, 3 goals. The dribbling, it's getting better. The moves, getting better. Not nothing crazy. Not nothing crazy.
But getting better.
But from last year, what we saw. For these first 2 games, we're seeing some moves from Haaland. Yeah. Some, not skills necessarily, but good control with the ball that we wouldn't have seen last year. His ball control is much better. First touch, second touch, you're controlling it, getting in, and getting into the shooting position. Much better. And I can't wait to see what comes of it. 4-1 win over Ipswich. We absolutely deserve it. Hopefully, we don't get any points deductions or relegations or some shit like that, because I'm really looking forward to this season. Around the Premier League on Saturday, what a day it was. Some tears, some smiles for all fans of all teams. Spurs, though, big 4-0 win over Everton. A Spurs win they need.
Everton really are bad.
Yeah.
Sean Dyche, I mean, I really would have had confidence in you. I still do have confidence in you, but man, that was a rough game.
Emery, Aston Villa, how did they not get something out of this? Ollie Watkins had opportunities, doesn't score them. Arsenal win the game.
Arsenal are doing exactly what they need to do, unfortunately. They're grinding through. Not a great performance, great result, though.
That's all it takes. Sunday, Liverpool, we hate to talk about them, but we do. They won 2-0 over Brentford. That's all we care about. Okay. Bournemouth, Newcastle. Wow.
Didn't know we were the WWE now.
Chelsea beat Wolves 6-2. Absolute scenes from Chelsea. I mean, complete turnaround of what we've seen. Yes, it's just one game. Again, it's just one game.
Yes.
But, really good game.
6 goals is tough to score.
Madueke, youngster.
Said he hates Wolverhampton and just dropped 3 goals on them.
It's probably somebody who's going to get sold this year or next year. Academy product. That's how Chelsea do business. The Academy products are getting sold. So thanks for the hat trick, but yeah, you're gone. So that's all we have this week. Man City win. Man United lost.
I'm sure you're not surprised.
What's fucking new though? We'll see you next week. Yeah.
Liverpool United.
Yeah. Look forward to it.